Welcome back to the 𝗀𝗃𝗆 Trading Group YouTube channel. It's Dave again. I've got another video for you guys today, and today what I want to talk about is I want to focus on these footprint charts and talk to you guys about clean lows, clean highs, dirty lows, and dirty highs. These are ways that we can identify potential trend reversals, continuations, and get our scalps out of the market. These clean highs and clean lows could represent low of day, high of day, large moves, smaller moves for just little micro rebalances in the marketplace before we decide to move lower, so on and so forth. Now what I want to do is I want to show you guys how we can identify these areas in the marketplace. I will use this section of time right here, which is midday. We could go over a section earlier in the day as well. We could also go over a section into the close. So what I want to do, number one, is when I'm looking for clean highs or clean lows, there's three pieces of criteria. The criteria is going to be as follows. Number one, if we're looking for a clean low, I want to see a zero at the bottom of the auction. That is number one. Number two, if we look in the bottom three prints right here, I want to see sellers failing to accept price lower. That typically looks like this. Now, sellers failing to accept price lower, what does this mean? If these blue prints and these red prints represent delta, buy or sell pressure aggressively at the bid or the offer, if the price is moving down and we get to this area right here and there is not an increasing amount of negative delta as there are on these prints, it is likely that the aggressive selling has subsided and the market is likely to move in the upward direction. So failed acceptance lower by the sellers if we're looking for a low. That's number two. So one is a zeroed out auction, two is failed acceptance, higher or lower depending on which way you're looking, and number three, if we're looking for a clean low, we're looking for at least one buy side imbalance in the bottom three ticks. Okay, one buy side imbalance at the bottom three ticks. So buy side imbalance. Okay. Inversely, if we're looking at a clean high or looking for a clean high, it would just be this flipped on its head. So it would be buyers failing to accept higher, a zero in the auction, and then sell side imbalances. Now I'm marking up this print, but this print does not have the criteria to meet a clean high, which is why the market wanted to push through that high. This is not a complete high or a clean high. This has maybe one piece of the criteria we're looking for a clean high or a clean low. What piece does that have? Failed acceptance on the buy side. But it has buy side imbalances indicating the market may move up. It does not have a zeroed out auction, and it does not have sell side imbalances within the top three prints. So when this print closed here, I would not be considering a short at this point. Okay, now how can we use these? Well, if we just bump price down here a little bit, we've talked about the clean low. I want to talk about a dirty low. Okay, so I gave you an example of a clean low. Right beside it, here is a dirty low. Now you're going to say, Dave, well, if this was a dirty low, why did the market reverse right off that low? This happens sometimes. It is what it is. We've got a surplus of trap shorts in here. They give up. The buyers come into play. They drive the market up. This is not a 100% thing. This is just something that you want to look for while you're analyzing your footprint charts. So what is the difference between a clean low and a dirty low? You can see the dirty low here has lots of sell side pressure or lots of negative delta still at the lows. This is ledging at the lows. So in my opinion, or in my mind here, the auction is not fully complete. Although the auction did zero out, there is still an excess amount of pressure at these lows. Sellers at this point were looking to possibly drive price lower. They ran out of luck, got stuck, and the market moved to the upside. What else do we not have to make this a clean low? Or if we look in the bottom three ticks, right here, we do not have buy side imbalances in the bottom three ticks. So I would not take this as a clean low. Price comes down, we drive to the upside. We have buyers here that represent our scalp model, right? Our scalp model, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get a green print, preferably a rotation in delta, a clean low, a drive up, a pullback, a hold of the buyers, and then a drive to the upside. I would not be looking for longs on this trade until I saw this clean low getting put in and price started driving to the upside. Then I would take this as a clean low, and what would I do? I would start initiating the scalp model off of the previous buyers, and I would take my scalps to the upside. okay? Clean low, dirty low. The dirty low is the complete opposite of what the clean low is. An absolute dirty low would be very blocky into the lows like this, no zeroed out auction, and no buy side or sell side imbalances in the bottom 3 ticks. That would be an absolute filthy low. Now, how can we use these another way in our trading? If the market comes up like this, we drive to the upside, then we make this high and we start pulling back. Is this a clean high or a dirty high? Remember the 3 things we're looking for. 1, 2, 3. A zeroed out auction, failed acceptance on the buy side, and in this case, we would be looking for sell side imbalances, okay? Let's go through them one by one. What do we have? Do we have a zeroed out auction? No. 25, 151. Number 2, do we have failed acceptance on the buy side? No. The buyers are very blocky into the highs, telling me that there is still buy side pressure into these highs. There needs to be a market rebalance here before it can get breadth for another move to the upside. Do we have sell side imbalances at the top 3 ticks? In this case, yes, we do. So I would call this a 1 out of 3 high. Does this make this a complete high? No. Does this make this a dirty high? Yes. What is my expectation here? My expectation is once the market drives up, makes a dirty high, we pull back, that the market is going to want to revisit this high by lots of points or 1 tick to clean it up before it turns around and reverses. Let's move back here a little bit. We're going to explain some more nuanced areas. All right. The market drives down here. Now we get some funky prints in here. The market turns around. Is this a clean high right here? No. Expectation is the market's going to go higher. No zeros, no sell side imbalances. Buyers are still driving price aggressively into the highs. Is this a clean high? No. Buyers are still at the highs. No zeros, no sell side imbalances. We're not looking to sell, okay? Next print. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ticks over the previous high. And what does it do? Buyers are failing to accept the highs. The auction zeroes out and we get a sell side imbalance in the top 3 ticks. Okay? It doesn't mean sell here. What is going to happen with these footprints is as the footprints are moving up and down, you will possibly see a very clean high like this as price moves up and down, and then it'll go through it on the same print and negate that high. What I like to do is I like to wait for this print to close down here and then start initiating a scalp model type trade. If this trade closed down here, it would confirm to me the likelihood of this high holding, at least for now, is pretty good. And where would I start selling? As soon as price drives up into previous sellers, I would look to start selling the market to the downside. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay. This is a tricky one right here, but I want to show you guys. It's tricky, but once you get used to it, it's textbook. Market drives down. We put in a dirty low. The market starts moving to the upside. We've got a dirty high. We've got another dirty high. What do we do on the next print? We move 1 tick over the dirty high. 1 tick over the dirty high. Buyers failing to accept price higher. Zeroed out auction. Sell side imbalance in the top 3 ticks. The market rolls. What can this dirty low be? This dirty low can be a target. If we're anticipating or thinking the market is going to attack these lows because it's dirty and it wants to clean it up, we can anticipate that the market is going to want to go to that area. So as soon as we get this red print close, what do we start doing? We can start selling the sellers, right? Sell the sellers to target these lows. Now you're going to get highs and lows that some are dirty, some are clean. Like this one here. I want to give you guys an example right here. See these 2 lows right here? This is a clean low. I really like this low. It ticked a few ticks below the low, 5 ticks below the low. Another clean low. I really like this low. The market drove up, made a dirty high here. This dirty high does not have to get retested or filled in right away. It doesn't mean that we have to pull back and drive to the upside. But I'll tell you what, if I was here trading at this time and I saw this dirty high, this dirty high, these two clean lows, I would have been looking for some sort of entry in here. Would I have got it? I'm not sure. But I definitely would have been looking for a trade entry somewhere in this area to target where? These areas. Here's an example of how this whole system, if you call it, or way of looking at the footprints, it's just proving to you it is not 100%. There's other context involved, right? This is a very good way to start looking at your footprints though. Am I confident that at some point throughout the day, this area is probably going to get retested? Yeah, the market will likely want to clean it up, okay? The market will likely want to clean it up. So with that, I want to leave you guys with that. Clean highs, clean lows, dirty highs, dirty lows. Go back to your footprint charts, especially if they're Rankos. Have a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. This is what we use every single day to trade. This is what I use every single day to trade. And again, it's not 100%. It is a way to look at the market and start identifying these clean highs, clean lows, dirty highs, dirty lows. The next step that you want to start incorporating with these highs and lows is going to be located down here. It is called delta rotation, or delta flips. Same thing, different number. Delta rotation, delta flip. Once you become a master of this, you start looking at the rotation in delta. When you start getting these clean lows, clean highs, dirty highs, that's going to give you a little bit more conviction if this low is actually a clean low, delta is flipping, and price is driving to the upside. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for your time again. Hope you guys like the content. Like, comment, subscribe. I will get back to every single one of your comments. Good luck on the charts, and trade safe. Cheers.